أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Dear students, I'm Mr. Muhammad Khalid, and in today's discussion for week 4, lesson 7 and 8, I'm going to have Quran as an ultimate source, Quran as an ultimate source of learning and guidance, Quran as a book of ultimate knowledge and guidance, terms used in Holy Quran, major themes of Holy Quran, stylistics of Holy Quran, and categories. And in the second other videos, in the second half, I'll try to cover the types of hadith and connection of Quran and hadith. The students, as you know, that in the previous week 3rd, I explained that why preservation of the basic teachings of any religion is necessary. So, in the very context, I explained that the basic sources of Islamic teachings, including the life of the Prophet, mean the biography of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Word of God, mean Quran, the actions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the method and the lifestyle of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, mean hadith and sunnah, and also the correspondence of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam with the people of Medina, the different tribes of Arabia, and particularly at international level, his correspondence with the mighty Roman Empire and the Persian Empire, including many other regional kings. It is all agreed that Quran is the last word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that has been revealed upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the age 41 in Cave of Hira, is the connection of the revelation that was continued from Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wasalam till Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu wasalam in shape of Injil Muqaddas. Clear? Quran is the book ultimately saved. نحن نزلنا الذكر وإنا له لحافظون. That Quran itself has explained that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that indeed we revealed it, Quran, and we are the safeguard, we are the savior, we are the protector of the Holy Quran. And Quran is a source of ultimate guidance. In Surah Baqarah, start Alif Lam Mim Zalikal Kitabu La Rayba Fi. That it is the book, indeed, there is no confusion in it. Clear? About the protection of Quran, in Surah Buruj, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expresses, Bal huwa Quranun Majid fi Lawhin Mahfuz, that this book is saved with us in very protected tablets in Lawh Mahfuz, means something highly secured with Almighty Allah. And in Surah Al-Waqi'ah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إنه لقرآن كريم في كتاب مكنون. Indeed, this book is highly respectable, pious, and it is the book that is saved, that is covered in a very protected place. لا يمسه إلا المطهرون, that which is beyond the excess of the impious, mean that only the pious, extremely, utterly pious people, pious soul can protect him. It means that the Quran, in the original code of Quran, is beyond the excess of the bad spirits or the bad people. And other thing is في صحف مكرمة مرفوعة مطهرة بأيدي سفرة كراما بررة, that this book is written in highly prestigious booklets which are sublime and which are pure, and they always under the hold of very highly respectable writers. Fine. Well, in Surah Zukhruf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّهُ فِي أُمِّ الْكِتَابِ لَدَيْنَا عَلِيٌّ حَكِيمٌ. Indeed, this book is saved with us in the original form, and it is very book of great, a book of great status, and is full of wisdom. Fine. So, Quran is a book that has ultimate guidance for all the people. Well, in Quran, if you see the first revelation of Quran, that is Iqra بِإِسْمِ رَبِّكَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ عَلَقٍ. Read by the name of thy Lord who created the human from a cloth. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق, that who created the human or the man from the clot of congealed blood. Clear? And taught him about Allama bil qalam, and taught him through the pen about what was unknown to him. Fine. So, Quran, by the virtue of this verse, is extremely logical and knowledge friendly. In this ayah, you find that the two main distinct incidents have been expressed. Number one, the importance of knowledge, and second thing is the birth of human beings. Fine. And the system of approaching the knowledge in this worldly world. Clear? In this physical environment. So, in brief, Quran is extremely a book that applies the knowledge, that applies to intellect and wisdom. Now see that what words have been revealed it upon, the names, different names that have been given to the Holy Quran in Quran. It is called hikmah, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, رَبَّنَا وَبَعَثْ فِيهِمْ رَسُولًا مِنْهُمْ يَتْلُو عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتِهِ وَيُعَلِّمُهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ. That this book is full of wisdom. Clear? Number two, Quran is also given the name Kareem, something highly compassionate. it is given the name of Hakim, mean brimmed with hikmah and wisdom. Azim, lofty, culminated, clear. Majid, wise, respectable, honorable, fine. Mubin, something open, clear. Rahma, fine. And above all, there is a name of Quran that is called Al Furqan. That this book gives uh, lots of. This is the book is just like a touchstone, is like a torch. It's like a lamp that distincts between a right and wrong. Al Furqan, something that clarifies between right and wrong, between that separates the purity from the impurity. So Quran has many names. Somewhere it is called Shifa'ul Lima fi Sudur. That this is the book that uh, is the ultimate, or is, say, the resilience for the diseases abroad in the human bosom or in human heart. Clear? The diseases like greed, jealousy, fine, the greed, jealousy, enmity, covetousness, fine. So there are so many diseases which cannot be resolved, solved, or cannot be cured by the ordinary physical medicines from the medical store. These diseases are only be cured by the word of God. Fine. And interestingly, the modern research is now is in favor that the physical disorders happen to the human beings are owing mostly due to this due to the spiritual and the psychological uh, things, psychological reasons and disorders. Fine. And interestingly, above that, greed, covetousness, fine, and seeking the taking control of the others' lives. These are those elements that keep provoking human being, and in that pursuance, the inner human system, the immune system, or that gets weakened and weaker and weaker, and resultantly the man falls to the different diseases. Dear students, Quranic Kareem has uh, now the question is whether what type of book is the Quran, or what type of book is the Quran. uh, Quran, apparently, as most of the people think, as it might be a confusion with the people other than Muslims, that Quran dominantly a book of some legal system, some injunctions and code like the ordinary legal systems. Some opine this may be the Quran, a book that has different aspects towards the worship, and to some people, Quran is the book that emphasizes on the morality and ethics, and to some extent it gives guidance or provide guidance in social structure. Dear students and listeners, Quran is a book far beyond these ordinary circles. These are the ordinary circles, and these circles mean a book of law, a book of ethics, a book of sociology or research paper regarding the economics, they are the matters within the constraints of this physical world. Whereas Quran is beyond this. Quran is the only book perhaps on the planet now which connects this world and the world hereafter. Fine. And interestingly, all the law and rules of ethics and the rule of sciences and mathematics which prevail here, they may finish, you just go 1 kilometer height, mean you go into the void or you go into the space. All the mathematics and physics and chemistry, half of them is left here. It is the Quran that goes beyond this. Fine. So, Quran's first revelation is is about the knowledge. Read Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. And here, the Quran's biggest success is that is the book of knowledge. And knowledge is of three kinds. Well, one is the physical knowledge that we gain through five senses. Second is acquired knowledge that we go and learn some certain techniques and then we apply those techniques and then we make or validate or invalidate the hypothesis being created by our ordinary comprehension or ordinary observation of the five senses. Something is beyond when the five senses and research knowledge meet together. Some type of knowledge is beyond this, and that is called imagination. Something intuitive knowledge. Clear? Intuitive knowledge is something beyond the ordinary practices prevailing in the world. Clear? About this, Einstein says, imagination is more important than education. And for this reason, you know this, that Allah, and this reason, all the inventions that you find now in the world, they exist somewhere in the mind, but they were not existing exactly in the physical world because of the constraint of other affiliated fields. Let's, for example, human beings wished to have wings and fly like birds. Clear? This wish was not accomplished because of the physical law of the clear. One person, Abbas ibn Farnas, about 1200 years ago in Muslim Spain, took the first flight. He built two wings and took the flight. But unfortunately, that was a successful flight, but unfortunately, as he came down, he was lowering down the earth. He broke his legs because of the being unknown to or having no knowledge about the gravitational force. Later on, in 1911 or so, right, brothers, they built the, say, aircraft. That was the initial stage. And what is this? That knowledge exists there in the mind, but a time comes when everything meet together. This is called imagination. That the human being kept the flying in imagination. Well, third type of knowledge is that is beyond all these three types of knowledge, experimental knowledge. The next is the knowledge of revelation. The one who created this universe, he spoke to the human being through his messengers, be angels and the apostles or nabis, anbiya. This is the ultimate source of knowledge. Well, you see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran Kareem says, خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ فِي سِتَّةِ أَيَّامٍ ثُمَّ اسْتَوَى عَلَى الْعَرْشِ. Indeed, we have created this universe. Allah khaliqu kulla shay. And same thing is in the start of Bible. Clear? The chapter Genesis, same has been expressed that Allah created, the God created this. I mean, He worked out on this universe for 6 days, and 7 days He took rest. So, coming down to the earth, that the Quran is a book that is the book about the creation of this universe. I mean, because this is the Quran, this universe is the project of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah has written this project report like Quran. This Quran is that report, in which everything has been in express. Why this universe has been created, and why we have been created. Mean وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لَيَعْبُدُونَ, that we have not created humans and the jinnis just for our own. Then خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ فِي سِتَّةِ أَيَّامٍ, that we have created this universe. Clear? So you find this, that Quran is the book on about on about the principles and logics and reasons on which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created this universe, prevails it, clear, so, and sustains it. It is the only book in the world that tells us about this world and the other world, clear, and the world hereafter. So, Quran is a comprehensive book. In the second video about terms of the Quran and the major themes of Quran, we'll discuss these points. Thank you very much.